All right, I'm jumping right in. There's something that's bothering me. That's something that really sticks out when I look at the draft over this last weekend, and that is the outlook on the NFC West. A team that stands out that just had an absolutely horrible draft, and that's the Denver Broncos. With the 9th pick overall and Justin Fields sitting right there, he's dropped. 3 quarterbacks already been taken. And I've been on the record as saying that maybe Vic Fangio and John Elway and these guys want to win now, and maybe their best opportunity to do so is with Drew Lock than with a rookie quarterback. But that's an opportunity missed. And I think they potentially could have had a complete great draft had they gotten Justin Fields. Now, let's dive in deeper. Who did they go with instead? They go with Patrick Surtain, who arguably the best corner in the draft at 9. Why do I hate that so much? Let's see. Why do I hate that so much? And I've argued against this pick, pre-draft. You can't go corner. You can't go anybody in the secondary. Why? Everybody knows the answer that I've been saying on Twitter and on some of our videos. They brought in Kyle Fuller, and I'm hearing, oh, but it's only a 1-year deal. They recently drafted Bryce Callahan. Oh, well, sometimes he's injured. They brought in Ronald Darby on a 3-year deal. That's 3 corners right there. Not to mention, a stud safety and Justin Simmons that they tagged. Kareem Jackson's there. They even drafted Jamar Johnson from Indiana, who I'm a fan of. But again, this team drafted Patrick Surtain with the 10th overall pick instead of Fields, instead of Parsons. And I've heard the argument, well, you can't have enough corners. Yes, you can. You can have too many corners. You can not have enough linebackers or interior defensive linemen to stop the run. What are you going to do? You're going to trot out 5-6 DBs out on defense and put 3 guys on the line and just hope. And one of those 3 guys is Von Miller, Bradley Chubb. What are you going to do to stop the run? How did they do last year against the run? 29th out of 32 teams against the run. Yards per attempt, 4.8. How many touchdowns did they allow on the ground? 22. Ugh. Over 2,000 yards rushing allowed. That's why I hate that pick. Oh, the rest of the draft, they actually didn't do so bad. Javonte Williams, I think, was a little bit of a reach, but I think they wanted a running back, and with Etienne and Harris gone, and I think those guys were reaches too. Javonte Williams is my favorite running back in the draft, but we'll give them a pass on that. I like Javonte Williams. They went a stud guard out of Wisconsin, Whitewater. Baron Browning could be a hit there in the 3rd round. Again, I like Jamar Johnson out of Indiana. Seth Williams out of Auburn is a good pick, but they missed an opportunity there. How do you draft a corner? I don't understand. With the 9th overall pick, do better. And then on the other side, you got this team in the same division, Kansas City Chiefs. Did not have a 1st-round pick, and I think they had a better draft. They didn't have a 1st-round pick. They didn't have a pick until the 26th pick in the 26th pick in the 2nd round. And guess what they got? They filled the need. Nick Bolton. They got a off-ball linebacker to help that defense out. They've completely transformed their offensive line, and then they drafted as well in the 31st pick with the 2nd round, Creed Humphrey, arguably the best center in the draft. I'm also a fan of Cornell Powell out of Clemson. I think that dude runs hard. He plays tough every down. Imagine going from Trevor Lawrence in college to Patrick Mahomes, man. What a great spot for him. But just goes to show you, man, these organizations that are well run, and I mean, I think Kansas City has improved, and they went to the Super Bowl and got knocked out, but chances are they get right back. You know, they're definitely winning that division title, right? I don't think there's an argument against that. But come on, Denver. You know, I was hoping that a team would rise in that division to compete against the Chiefs. And I don't think Denver is going to sniff it. And I don't know what Vic Fangio is going to do. I don't know what John Elway is doing. I don't know. I mean, guess they're sticking with Drew Lock. I'm sorry, you're not going anywhere with Drew Lock. Not going anywhere with Drew Lock. I don't think they even drafted a quarterback. But had they gotten Justin Fields with that pick, man, they would have had something special. Chargers had a great draft. A lot of people are saying they're in their top 3, top 5 teams as far as how they did in the draft. Rashawn Slater tag team him up with Justin Herbert for the next decade plus. Absolutely need a left tackle to go with your stud QB. Asante Samuel Jr. is a playmaker at corner, an undersized guy. Everyone knows that. Everyone's talked about that. But I think he's going to bring in electricity and energy to that defense that we haven't really seen in Los Angeles. Yeah, they're in Los Angeles. Josh Palmer fell to the 3rd round, but he's going to be huge for them. Whenever, not if, but when Keenan Allen and Mike Williams get hurt, Josh Palmer is going to be their guy to help in that offense. Chris Rumph as well, out of Duke, I think is going to make an immediate impact on their defense. So the Chargers, I guess the Chargers are that team. They're that team that's going to compete against Kansas City in that division for the next few years, because Denver missed a huge opportunity, man. Being in the top 10 of this draft, they missed a huge opportunity. And I mean, what is there really to be said about the Raiders? What do you say? What do you say about a team that drafted not 1, not 2, but 3 safeties? Safeties? I'm not even talking about Alex Leatherwood going at 17. He might be an absolute stud. Most people would say that's a reach, but I don't understand really the pick, because I thought they already had a left tackle that they just signed for 3 years. But maybe I don't know anything about that. Maybe I'm an idiot. But you bring in Trayvon Mullen in the 2nd round. He fell to the 2nd round, 11th pick. And you plug him in, and then you bring in Divine Diablo from Virginia Tech, a guy who a lot of people think could is starting caliber. Then they bring in Tyree Gillespie from Missouri. 3 safeties. What do you need 3 safeties in one draft for? In the first 4 rounds, you drafted 3 safeties. It's like, well, I told Mike and I told Germs, I said, it's like, Jamal Adams in Seattle having to make play after play because the whole front 7 is garbage. That's what that's going to be. If you plug in those safeties in there early, who's rushing the passer for the Raiders? They did draft a corner in the 5th round. Nate Hobbs, you'll have to step up, because they're going to get torched. Unless their plan is to just, I don't know. I don't know what their plan is. But this division, I was hopeful that somebody would rise up and compete against the Kansas City Chiefs. And obviously, no one's even started playing football yet. But this draft, it tells a lot. It tells us a lot. And it tells us that Kansas City is still going to be the cream of the crop. They're not going anywhere. They fell and they got smacked real hard in the Super Bowl. But, man, it's going to be sweet for them when they get right back to it. They're going to get right back to the top.